All right, good night, everyone. Welcome to the MIB Secrets podcast with your host, Jason Craig. And tonight we have an extra special guest with us from the lovely Caribbean island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, our guest has transformed her body, and she would actually get into the details of it, but not just transform her body, but come to the realization that the way that she looks and feels is in direct control of her. She has the control over that, and she would actually share her story tonight. So without further ado, let me introduce Laurel. Laurel, good night. How are you doing?
Hi guys, good night, good night. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am good, can't complain. Just hot
Excellent.
because there's a wicked heat wave going through right now.
Tell me about it. It's terrible.
Is it? Is it? Well, it seems like it's the same thing all over, man. It's bad.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Well, let's hope it passes over soon. I know it has something to do with all of these storms they have up north, so let's hope
Yes,
that
yes,
passes over soon. So, Laurel,
definitely.
thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here tonight. It's definitely a pleasure. We know we've been waiting long for this interview.
Oh man. I'm happy to be here, Jason. I'm
Lovely,
happy to be here.
lovely. And the audience are about to be blown away. So, before we even jump into it, tell the audience a little bit more about yourself.
All right, guys. Well, my name is Laurel. I'm from St. Vincent. I am a grade two um, teacher.
Hmm.
And if I'm not teaching, I am running my own event planning company where we do decorating and planning weddings and that sort of thing. So I'm pretty active.
Nice, nice. And in terms of where you are right now, we're not going to actually get into the weight
Mhm.
loss just yet because we want to burst the bubble. But when we talk to ladies, when we normally bring them on the show, the
Mhm.
first question I normally ask, what would you say was the attributing factor to that initial weight gain? Now, some people say it was after having kids, some say it
Mhm.
was the work. In your case, what was it?
Mhm. To be honest, I think it was just eating badly. Um, for me, because we're constantly working and constantly going,
Hmm.
doing events, planning events, decorating, going straight into the night, jumping from your daytime job
Hmm.
into this other job. We had time or I didn't have time to eat properly.
Hmm.
So it was
Hmm.
basically grabbing anything, any
Hmm.
hour in the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. If
Wow.
you had to go somewhere and buy food because you're starving, you're hungry, you have been working all day, you're hungry, so you grab anything, you drink anything, and it's been like that for a while, you know.
Hmm.
And I used to hear people talk about being this, what you call it, emotional eater.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think I had that. Yeah, that was me. Because I used to eat, like if I was sad, I would eat. I just eat anything. One time I could remember eating like a half, this big ice cream, like half
What?
container, just sitting down and eating it, just because I felt sad. And somehow the food, it made me feel good inside. Every
Hmm.
time I ate, I felt good. I used to be upset when I was filled. That kind of way. I didn't want to
Uh,
feel full. I just wanted to I love the act of eating.
mm,
I didn't want
hmm.
to feel full. I just wanted to keep eating.
Hmm.
It was that bad for me,
Wow.
you know.
And during this time, like, what sort of weight gains it climbed up to? Like, what was it? What were you at your
Ooh,
heaviest?
my heaviest was 250 pounds, and Jason,
Wow.
that was an eye opener. I'm not gonna lie. I cried for the entire day. And I stepped on the
Really?
scale and I saw 250 pounds. I cried for the entire day. Every time I stopped crying and I sat down, the tears just kept flowing the entire day. I
Hmm.
cried. I was so depressed. I was so depressed.
Wow.
It was really hard. Because I knew that I gained weight.
Hmm.
You would see yourself every day. Your clothes wouldn't fit. Everything would feel tight. My best friend was like spandex because that's the only thing that was fitting me.
Ah,
nothing else, you know. So I knew that I gained weight, but I never knew that I was that heavy. Not at
Mm.
250 pounds. I almost freaked out. That
Wow.
was not almost. I did freak out.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So when you actually like step on the scale, you
Hmm.
saw the weight, you said you cried all day.
Hmm.
What was it that made you realize that, hey, Laurel, you need to do something? What was that initiated that drive for you?
That number, the 250,
Mm.
the 250.
Hmm.
Honestly, it was like a wake up call because my friends would tell me all the time, Laurel, you're putting on weight. Laurel, let's go walking. And I didn't have the drive. I knew I wanted to exercise. I knew I wanted
Hmm.
to lose weight. I knew my knees would hurt, my feet
Hmm.
would hurt. If I tried to climb some stairs, I would be out of breath. So at one point, I wasn't breathing properly.
Wow.
Even if I was just sitting, I wasn't breathing properly. I used to have to take like deep breaths, you know.
What?
So I knew I was really getting there. Something was wrong, the weight and so forth, but I didn't have the push. But when
Mm.
I saw the 250, when I saw that figure,
Mm.
that is what woke me up. I'm telling you, it's almost as if you took a brick and you hit me across the head with it. Honestly, the 250, that number, I can't forget it.
Wow.
That woke me up.
Wow.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
It did.
So, I mean, I could only imagine that feeling of, hey, I didn't realize I got this heavy.
Yeah,
And when you got that, as you let me use your word, brick in the head, mental brick in the head, what was the
yeah.
first thing that you did? What was the first action you started taking?
I started walking.
Walking. Hmm.
I started walking. I tell people all the time, walking saved my life. Because even now, I don't run, I don't cycle, I can't really swim. I'm a Caribbean girl who can't really swim, but
Uh-huh.
I walk. I walk.
Mm.
Walking saved me.
And the walks would be like what? Would it 30 minutes, 20 minutes? Just tell us a little bit more about
Um,
that starting exercise program for walking.
so I started off going for those of you who would know us here at the ET Joshua
Mm-hmm.
Airport. That's the
Mm-hmm.
old airport on the tarmac, and just going up and down.
Ah.
Um, and then I started working out a bit with some of the YouTube videos.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
All walking exercises. Before I found that video, I was just walking, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth and
Mm-hmm.
so forth. And I can't remember how I stumbled upon our Facebook group. I
Mm-hmm.
was just browsing and I can't remember if somebody commented or something and it popped up and I went in and that's how I found out about the MIB group,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
I joined because I was curious. Um, and I got so much motivation from the lovely ladies and from
Mm-hmm.
you guys, you know. And there was one lady, Rian, I think is her name.
Yes.
I love her
Mm-hmm.
so much. She's a powerhouse to me, because she keeps posting every day. She would post a video, sorry, not a video, picture showing, she's working out. And I think she was the one who had posted, who had mentioned something about a YouTube video.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and that's how I found that video. Leslie, I think, Leslie, I can't remember her surname, but I would work out every day with the same YouTube video. It was about 45 minutes long. And
Mm-hmm.
it was good because it wasn't like this hard exercise. It's basically like a walking exercise, various walking exercises. And
Mm-hmm.
I followed it religiously. You know, every
Mm-hmm.
day I did. If I didn't have a chance to go walking, I would use that. Every day, every day. It was about 45 minutes, um, at least.
Mm-hmm.
every day. That
Nice.
is what got me here.
So 250, you
Yes,
started your walking, you joined the MIB group. Now
yes.
we want to hear what happened to the weight.
Oh God, Jason. Let me tell you, my clothes fit. I could remember the first dress I put on that I didn't wear in years. When I put on that dress, because I wasn't going on the scale at all. I was just exercising and I
Hmm.
was just, trying to eat healthy, eating a lot of fruits, veggies, and that sort of thing. And when I
Hmm.
put on a dress that I didn't wear in over 6 years, you didn't know, I'm telling you, I was, the neighbors could hear me because I was screaming. I was
Wow.
so happy. I was so happy. The weight just started coming off.
Hmm.
My clothes are fitting so much more now that they're slack. I have a whole basket of clothes now that I have to take to the seamstress to have them, fixed because everything is too big,
Wow.
and it's so exciting. I can't stop. I really, I feel like Stella. I got my
Nice.
groove back. It's fantastic. Oh man, it's
Wow.
fantastic. I'm telling you.
I can only imagine. And you mentioned that the workout definitely helped with the change. You also
Oh yes,
mentioned that you were doing with the diet, eating more raw
yes.
foods. Could you tell us a little bit more about what your
Oh
diet was
yes.
like?
Jason, I don't think it has anybody who loves rice more than me. If you
Mm-hmm.
ever hear anybody say a rice dog,
Uh-huh.
that's me. You see, pillau, I am hooked on pillau. I am so embarrassed to say it now, but when I used to eat like 2 plates of pillau one time for
Wow.
lunch. That kind of hooked on rice. That's how I was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could have never, I thought there's no way I could do without rice. But
Mm-hmm.
it's so amazing. I think, and it was somebody in the group who had mentioned half of it has to do with your mind. Half
Mm-hmm.
of this losing weight has to do with your mind. And it's true. Because if you tell yourself you can't, you're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
if you tell yourself, I can do this, you can really do it. Half of it was my mind. Things like cheesecake, chips, stuff that I love, that I thought that I could not do without. They don't even bother me anymore because I eat differently now. I think in a different way. I love salads so much. I don't do without salads, period. I'm
Hmm.
telling you. If I don't eat a salad, it's because I had a soup or something. But I eat salads almost every day, and I'm so fascinated now with it that I would try different salads. So it's not like a just plain old veggie salad. I would put, pieces of fruit in it, some nuts, try different things, cheese, try different things, you
Hmm.
know, different types of meats and that sort of thing. Just eating healthier, cleaner. I one of the things that I absolutely didn't want to do was to just cut out things that I love
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
try to starve myself
Mm-hmm.
because I know, you would lose some weight, but eventually you would go back to eating because you
Right.
don't live in a bubble. So eventually you would just go back to eating normal. And I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to eat foods that I love. Things, I would be able to cook easier, um, find stuff easier that I could cook and, buy and that sort of thing. So I basically took the foods that I love and I changed them up. So for example, stuff like pilau, which by the way, I hardly eat now.
Wow.
Instead of putting amazing, I know. Stuff like pillau, I instead of using a lot of rice, I would put a little rice. I would pack it with peas.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
add stuff like corn. You make sure you flavor it properly with your little ginger, your rosemary, your onions, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I would use lean meat. So if I'm using chicken, I wouldn't put a ton of chicken. in there. So it has a lot of protein. It's packed with your veggies and less rice. And it sort of fools the eye because in your
Okay.
plate you're seeing pilau, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just that it's less rice,
Mm.
And then I would have that and still have my big old salad, you
Wow.
know.
Nice.
I am telling you, everything this, and it doesn't even feel like a quote unquote diet anymore.
Right. Right.
It doesn't. It just feels like I'm just eating. Because
Mm-hmm.
morning times, for example, there's so many fruits in now, and I tell people that all the time use fruits, a lot of local fruits.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fruit salad almost every morning.
Hmm.
Almost every morning, Jason, and I'm not tired of it. I have it with a cup of tea or something. I might have like some oats or something every once in a while, but I always have the fruits in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
always. And it carries me up until lunch. And then lunchtime, I have my food there, healthy eating, with my salad.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the evening, I might have some oats or some porridge or something. Once I exercise in the evening, for some reason, I'm not hungry.
Strange. Wow.
But
Okay.
I'm telling you, which is, I don't,
Yeah,
I'm
I think the
telling you,
opposite round. Okay.
I am telling you, this is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with mind. If I feel like I feel hungry, I might have a yogurt, I might put some granola in it, have a cup of tea. I use teas all the time.
Okay.
That's one
Okay.
thing I know. Throughout the day, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter what hour it is, it doesn't matter how hot it is. I find that works for me. I have a cup of tea. So I have a cup of tea in the morning, I
Mm-hmm.
have it at lunch, and I have a cup of tea in the evening. If even I don't want anything to eat, I still have that cup of tea.
And what kind of tea we talking about here?
Well, I'm hooked on coffee, so I'm
Okay.
weaning myself off of it. I used to have it at least 3, 4 times a day. So
Mm-hmm.
now I try to have it once a day. I choose whether I want it in the morning or at lunchtime,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But I use a lot of um, rosemary tea, ginger teas, that sort of thing. Even the nice fruity teas, because I read up a lot on it. I'm so much into this health thing now. I read up, I read up a lot on it, so I try different teas, you know. But I love the
Mm-hmm.
fruity ones. They have some awesome ones that I buy in the supermarkets.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Nice fruity ones, and those are nice and light.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
you
Nice.
know. But I'm not giving up my ginger tea and those things because those are good for you anyway. So
Very, very.
yeah.
So, Laurel, if I were to ask you, what would you say was the major contributing factor to
hmm
your weight loss?
Besides my mindset,
Mindset. Okay.
yeah, the
Okay.
mindset. That's where it
Mindset.
started. That's where it started. Because I tell you what, I could have exercised every day,
Mm-hmm.
but if I didn't train my mind, I would not have lost any weight. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, because I would still be eating the way I used to eat. And
Ah.
that would have been a waste of time.
Right.
Half of it has to do with your mind. I had to train my mind. I had to tell myself, you know what I had to do? Because like I said, I love the pillow. I love all these junk food and so forth, KFC and all the fast food. I had to tell myself the food isn't going anywhere. I had to tell myself cheesecake ain't going nowhere.
Where?
Ice cream ain't going nowhere. So what if I can't eat it for a month or 2 months or three
Mm-hmm.
months? It's always there. So I don't need to worry. Hey, the cookies ain't going nowhere. What happens if you have to leave them off for a while?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I told myself. And then I didn't look at it as when I started exercise because nobody really loves to exercise. I'm sorry.
It's all
Should I
good.
have said that?
No, you're not the first. Trust me, you're not the first. A
Oh
lot of
my
this to that.
God. I'm telling you. But I had to train my mind to say, listen, let me not look at it as I have to exercise for a month to see if I gonna lose weight. I say, let me just focus on it day by day. So
Mm,
today I got up. Today I say, let's eat fruits this morning. Let's have some nice pea soup for lunch with some corn. I love corn, so I put corn in almost everything now.
nice.
Pumpkin and all of that good stuff. Stuff that I never used to eat, eh?
Hmm.
So, you know, um, and when it comes time to exercise, I say, okay, Laurel, just focus on right now. Don't think about I have to come here again tomorrow and exercise. Just focus on now. Focus on today.
Hmm.
Get through today and let tomorrow take care of itself. That's what I did. So I did that day by day. And then, the first week turned into, so, sorry, the first day turned into a week.
Hmm.
And then the
Hmm.
week turned into a month, you
Hmm.
know? And then
Hmm.
that month turned into another month. And I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, wow. That's how I got through. Simple, simple, simple. Just like that. It wasn't easy
Wow.
at first because you had that cravings, and I wanted something, but I'm telling you that 250, the 250 pounds, that number, I kept seeing that in my mind all the time. That is what
Mm.
changed me.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
had to do it. I had to do it.
Got
I
you.
had to do it.
Got you. So now the audience are wondering,
Yes.
250 was the
Mm-hmm.
number that ignited this weight loss journey
Yeah.
for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is that number now?
Right now, the last time I checked, which was almost 3 weeks ago, because I have this thing that I would check every end of month.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
was at 210
40
pounds.
pounds
Oh
weight
yes,
loss.
it depends. 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm loving it, Jason. Listen, and when I get before I could okay, I'm gonna say this.
Go for it. Go
When I
for it.
used to go into town, when I used to walk through town, I don't know why men would do this. People would pass and they would call me Tanti. Yeah, Tanti. All right, Tanti. And that used to piss me off. One time I stopped and I asked a guy, a total stranger, I said, why are you calling me Tanti? He's saying it's a sign of respect. And I said, no, I don't want you to call me Tanti because it made me feel old. But then I realized that is how I looked to them. But now, Jason, I had a
Oh.
good laugh the other day. I walked through town and somebody say, good afternoon, miss. And I
Wow.
smiled because I smiled. I listen, I was so happy when I heard that. I came home and I was smiling for the rest of the day. Because I'm like, oh my God, somebody called me miss. They ain't saying, yeah, Tanti. Good afternoon, Tanti. Hello, Tanti. Trust me. That tell you I feel like Stella. Oh crap.
Lovely. Lovely. So now, no, I like it. I like it. I like it. So let me try and recover too. All right. So now, I, I, let me try and recover here.
Oh
Okay.
God.
I think I'm composed now. So now my question to you is this. Um, I was gonna ask you how you feel, but I think that Tanti story kind of addressed it. But my question to you is this, right? Because
Oh.
we come in here now on the final few minutes. There are ladies who will be listening to this show now
Mm-hmm.
and after who
Mm-hmm.
are where you were back at that
Right.
250, where
Mm-hmm.
they feel uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
clothes not fitting. They know they need to do something, but they just can't get started. You
Yeah.
have the floor to speak to those ladies.
Ah, ladies, I understand how you feel right now. But I'm going to tell you the honest truth. First thing, you have to change your mindset. Don't bother with any crash diet. Don't bother with, any magic teas because you have tons of those out there now. Don't bother with any formulas. This has to be a lifestyle change
Hmm.
for you. You have to want this. My friends used to tell me all the time, let's go exercise, and I never used to go anywhere. You have to want it for yourself. It's not about, yes, you want to look good, right? But it's more about that you're looking at health. And we're all getting older. All right. So my advice to you is start simple, start small. Don't look at anybody else. Don't think you have to be extreme. I found that in somewhere I was scrolling through and I saw it where you don't have to be extreme, just consistent. So don't think that you have to do 3 hours of exercise. I did 45 minutes. There are videos, YouTube videos that I use that are only 20 minutes long. You do them, you get your workout every day, and you eat healthy. Push your fruits, your vegetables, drink your water, cut out the sugars. You can do it. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it. Cut out the sugars for now. They ain't going nowhere. They will always be there, right? Ease up on your carbs, ease up on things like your bread and your pasta, ease up. You have a little bit, push your salads, push your meats, lean meats, and just exercise. If you can't run or jog, do like me, walk. Just walk half an hour every day, you'll be fine. My best advice.
Thank you so much, Laurel. And I like that part where you say, don't be extreme, just be consistent. I think that
Consistent.
is a very powerful nugget there. Well, Laurel, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on the MIB Secrets podcast. I know that your story, your transformation was definitely a powerful one. I will always remember the Tanti. I think that is like my biggest takeaway from this.
It's true too.
Yes. And I hope sometime we can actually get to meet face to face when we come to St. Vincent.
Definitely. Definitely, Jason. That'll be good. That'll be awesome, man.
That'd be amazing, definitely. So thank you so much for being on the show, and
Yes.
this has brought us to the end of this episode of the MIB Secrets. Thank you all for joining us here, and until our next episode, Jason Craig